The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of wearecolerain.com and do not necessarily represent those of Colerain High School, the Colerain Boosters, or the Northwest Local School District. Thanks for tuning in and enjoy tonight's broadcast. Welcome to the campus of Sycamore Junior High School here at Coach Bud Akis Memorial Field. It's your Colerain Cardinals battling the Sycamore Aviators. We are on the road in Week 5, and we are going to get right to it tonight. We had some rain earlier. It slowed everything down a little bit, but we are up and running. Thank you so much for making us part of your Friday night festivities. The ball's getting lined up at the 40. This is Chris Imanitis in the booth for wearecolerain.com, along with Mike Work producing, and Brandon Wyatt, fresh back from Europe. Brandon, the sun is out. It's a beautiful night. We got a great game in front of us.
The Cardinals won the toss, deferred to the second half, so it'll be Chris Mangold kicking deep to the Aviators, who await the opening kickoff.
Really cool article posted just yesterday from WLWT.com. You can see it on our Twitter page about Chris Mangold and how he's balancing 5 AP classes as a senior along with playing for both the soccer team and the football team. It's a really cool read. So we're going to get underway here real quickly. Again, audio only tonight, folks, because we are on the road in the GMC. So the good news is we can
show you the scoreboard,
which thankfully in Sycamore, they have a really nice scoreboard. So we're not exactly sure what they're going to show you. I think they're going to cut away from live action any minute here. But Chris Mangold is approaching the ball, and we are underway. It's a line drive kick. It's going to be playable inside the 5-yard line, taken up to the 10, the 15. The Colerain defense was absolutely all over that play. What a huge hit. I didn't see who made it. Was it 3 or 5, Brandon? Did you catch it?
Pace Jr. delivers the blow as Jordan McConnell took it from about his own goal line and doesn't get past the 20. He's stopped at the 15.
That was a massive hit by Ivan Pace on special teams. So the Colerain Cardinals, of course, coming to this game 4-0, 2-0 in GMC play. The Sycamore Aviators coming off their first loss of the year last week to their kind of arch rival, the Battle of the Skies trophy. They lost to Mason, but they do come in at 3-1. So Sycamore on offense first. The first team all GMC quarterback, only a junior, Altamule in at quarterback.
He is not in at quarterback.
I assumed he would be in at quarterback.
He's not in at quarterback. Timeout Sycamore on the first play of the game. Number 16, the sophomore Andrew Fair, is the one in the backfield.
That is shocking that they would have to call timeout before the game even starts.
And we see number 5, Drew Athamil. He's in full gear, so I don't know if this is a discipline issue or maybe they're just trying to some sort of package with the sophomore.
I
don't know, but it's not. Athamil is in the uniform right there on the sideline, so.
That's him, right, number 5. He's a big boy, yeah. 6'2", 215-pound junior. Again, returning first-team All-GMC, one of only 2 sophomores last year to make the first team for the GMC. And he's standing on the sideline right next to the coach. So it's like he's ready to go in at any moment. But you're right, not sure what's going on in there. So we've got a sophomore in at quarterback. And he's in the shotgun. Drops back, looks to pass. Throws it out wide. It is complete to number 22. Pushed out of bounds right at about the 20-yard line. Number 4. Loses his helmet.
Pass is complete to number 22, Jordan McConnell.
McConnell, the man who got tackled on the kickoff there tonight, just a simple little out route. Takes it, picks up 6 yards off the cushion there from Kendricks. Kendricks' helmet comes off, so Jaquan Jackson will have to check in at the corner.
So again, number 16, Andrew Fear, the 5'10", 170-pound sophomore, in at quarterback. So a little bit of a surprise there. Draws back once again, looks to pass, got pressure, throws it across, caught, but then immediately tackled by number 8 for the Colerain Cardinals, short of the first down.
And again, they just go to the soft spot of the zone. This one's going to be short of the line to gain. Jakari Patterson keeps him short. He needed the 25-yard line. He's got the 24. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Aves.
So the Aviators come out passing to start the game. 2 passes, 2 for 2 by the sophomore. Of course, Colerain coming off a victory last week at home, 44-3 over the Middletown Middies, having scored all their points in the first half and then going to a running clock in the second.
Cardinals shift down to a big front.
Yep.
Hand up front, and he's met in the backfield.
No gain for the Sycamore Aviators, so the Colerain defense, which has been stellar all year, steps up big time on 3rd and short and is going to force a 4th down punt.
What one would assume, yep, that's in the punting mountain. That was a great defensive shift up front by the Cardinals. They went out of their traditional look. Mike Best went from his middle linebacker position, went down
Come up to the line.
defensive tackle position, put an extra man there, and they were going after the run all the way. Loss of 1 on the play.
So the Sycamore Aviators now will be forced to punt. No score here early in the game.
Just Sincere Jones back deep to the right of the play, so they must know this punter likes to roll right.
And the punt is back, and he drops it, picks it up, and kicks it right just over Sincere's head. And it's going to bounce all the way down to the Colerain 20, we'll call it the 27-yard line. We'll see where they mark it officially. He's going to walk it up to the 28, 29-yard line. So that's where Colerain will take over for their first offensive series of the game at their own 29-yard line.
So if you're Sycamore Aviators, you had a very good first 2 plays there. Took a little soft spots in the zone. Good tackling contained you. But then Colerain's defense holds on 3rd and short. Forces a Sycamore Aviator punt. Let's see what the Cardinals do with their opening possession of the game.
As far as defensively in the GMC, Sycamore's very much middle of the pack, 5th, 6th in terms of stopping offense and in terms of stopping passing and rushing yards. So Colerain should find success on the ground here early, but you just never know when you come to Sycamore. He's a well-coached kid. Coach Attila, one of the most respected coaches in the city. J.J. Davis in motion. Deontay Smith-Moore takes it, drops back, keeps it himself. He's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, a little confusion there in the mesh. Not sure who was going in the wrong direction between Smith-Moore and Pace there. Good penetration, catches him by the ankles, and he just falls forward for 2 yards.
This is where you're going to have to walk me in off a ledge a little bit, Brandon, because it's week 5, and I get a little nervous when I hear things like a little confusion on the mesh.
It looked like they tried to do a little something different there with the formation and so just something new in game.
Yep. So there's a ball that Deontay Smith-Moore fakes the handoff to the fullback, and then as he comes around left end, drops it on the turf, falls on it, but it's going to be a loss of at least 1 yard, so they're back to the 30, and it's going to be 3rd and 9. So 2 very ineffective plays to start this series for the Cardinals on offense.
And you can't really convey it on screen here. But it is very wet. We just had a huge rainstorm, so there are still pockets of water on the field. So maybe the ball's a little slippery. We saw it again a couple weeks back that caused some problems against Princeton early. Finally figured it out, got it going.
Yep. So 3rd and 9 at their own 30-yard line. No score here early in the first quarter. Colerain looking to make something happen. Here's a handoff to J.J. Davis. He's going to find some running room, and he should get enough for the first down. He heads towards the marker, and it'll just be depending on where they mark it. He might be a yard short.
He needed the 39. That's where they marked the 39, but it depends on what side of the 39 the marker is on.
Yeah, the inexact science of football, right? They're giving it to him. They're not even going to measure it.
They'll give him a first down, right? The initial line to game, the drive started at the 29. The ball is at the 39.
Well, now that they signaled first down, but now the ref, and that's over on the Colerain sideline, so I'm sure that they're not.
They're measuring it now.
Yeah, I think Coach Attila kind of got in a referee's ear and said, hey, how about we just measure it to make sure? Which, can't argue.
I'll be honest, I don't think it matters. I think the Cardinals are going for it regardless.
Yeah, I mean, they're so close. You're probably not going to stop it, even though you're only at the 40-yard line. Have they finished measuring it?
I think he's an inch short.
He is an inch short. Well, that matters, though, right? Because now you force the 4th down. An inch short. Well, I wonder how that makes you feel if you're the official. You've signaled, the head official signaled the first down, and someone clearly on the Sycamore sideline said, da-da-da-da-da-da. Why don't we get over there and measure it?
Again, the inexact science of, well, move this chain here,
right,
and
exactly.
we set it here, and the guy who's not, the volunteer guy might have got, tired, and his arm moves here.
Right.
All the infinite technology, I don't know why.
It is impressive. So the Cardinals are at the 39 and 15th, 16th line, so to speak. They need to get literally about 2 inches to pick up the first down, but still, anything can happen with a potentially wet ball and a mishandle.
And a little substitution errors or uncertain of who's supposed to be on there, who's not supposed to be out in the goal line package, trying to get the 4th and short. The Cardinals call timeout, their first of the half. So at the 8:56 mark of the first quarter, both teams have now used the timeout.
Just a reminder to all of you listening, we hope that you're following us on Twitter at We Are Colerain. Also, of course, come like our Facebook page. All kinds of great information can be found there, and of course the website wearecolerain.com as well. We encourage you to email us here in the booth if you're listening at home or you're on the road or wherever you may be. We'd love to hear from you. The email address is radio@wearecolerain.com.
So, Cardinals again will come out with their offense on the field here, 4th and inches to go. I don't even know if the Cardinals bother with a handoff here.
I wouldn't think so. I got to believe Deontay just takes it and bowls forward. Let's see what happens. He takes the ball. He does hand it off. And there's into the open is Ivan Pace. He fumbles the ball, picks it right back up, stays on his feet, and gets all the way down into Sycamore territory, all the way down to the 37-yard line. Big run for Ivan Pace
And
Jr.
right behind Bolden and Phillips substituting the linebackers in or a big package. And he just barrels through it there. Then he sort of tries to catch himself as he's falling down, loses the ball in the midst of trying to catch himself, scoops it back up, but it slowed his momentum, allows the defense to catch up with him, but Ivan Pace gets it out to the Sycamore 37.
So 4 touches so far for the Cardinals on offense. 2 of them, the ball's been put on the turf. So the moisture certainly playing a factor here early. So 1st down and 10 for the Cardinals. Again, no score. For those of you following along online, you can see the scoreboard right there. Deontay Smith-Moore takes it, rolls, looks. He's going to keep it himself, cuts it back across the middle, makes 2 or 3 guys miss. He's going to pick up about 5 yards on that 1st down run.
And a really good play there by Deontay Smith-Moore. It's just a little belly speed option with the fullback going to the left. He reads it, and he realizes all the Aviators are to his outside. His read is telling him to pitch it, but he sees that all of the Aviators are flying in the way to the outside. He tucks it up, and he gets what he can. In this case, he picks up 5 yards.
Do that every time on 1st down. We'll be all right tonight. No question about it. Also smart given the fact, again, that if the ball is a little damp, and he knows that better than anyone, why do it? There's a handoff to Ivan Pace Jr. right up the middle. He barrels through 3 or 4 guys, stays on his feet. He's into the open. He's down to the 10. The ball's on the ground. It's still on the ground. Sycamore was all over it. We'll see if they come up with it. That would be the 2nd fumble for Ivan Pace, and it is a fumble and recovered by Sycamore. So Colerain, who has been great this year in the turnover margin, goes down early, -1, as they give the ball back to the Aviators inside the 5-yard line.
And just a moment of hesitation for Ivan Pace Jr. Here. It is knocked out from behind by number 9, Dylan Andre. He had bellied that, broke it in the inside, ran over a Sycamore defender, bounced it, bellied it out to the outside, thought he was in the clear on the outside, kind of relaxed his arm a little bit, left it out there. The defender knocks it away. Fortunately for the Cardinals, though, the ball is fumbled inside their own 5-yard line, or inside Sycamore 5-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Aves at their own 4-yard line.
Remind me again, I'm going to really sound ignorant here. What happens if that ball gets fumbled into the end zone?
It's a touchback for the Aves.
For the Aves.
Still with Fair at the quarterback for the Aves.
So this is quite surprising to see the sophomore quarterback in there, standing just inside of his end zone. He drops back, looks to pass. There's pressure on the ball's up in the air, and it is going to be caught at the 35-yard line. So a 32 at least yard completion for the sophomore quarterback, and that ball dropped right in between 2 Colerain defenders.
Yeah, Kendricks and Pace are there for the Cardinals, and they just both mistime it. That's just really a throwing a hope for Fair.
That's all that was.
McConnell's double teamed. The ball floats in the air, but Pace just jumps too high, or jumps too early.
Yep.
And because Pace jumped in front, Kendricks led up, and the ball falls in between them in the hands of McConnell out to the 35-yard line.
For 1st down and 10 for the Aviators now. Sophomore showing a little bit of arm in there. They've only run the ball one time. He drops back to pass again, throws it out, intended for number 22, and it is incomplete. Kendricks on the coverage.
Ran the exact same play they ran the first play of the game, just a 6-yard out. Kendricks is there, even if Fair can't hold on to it. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. They've ran that play twice now. You maybe look for them to run a little out and up here later on, set that up on Kendricks.
Thanks to a couple of the shout-outs here in the on the YouTube chat room. Of course, to Brian Wyatt, our cohort, who's at home sick tonight. Brian, we hope you're feeling better, bud. We know you got a big gig tomorrow night. Sophomore quarterback drops back to pass one more time. Almost knocked down by Eric Phillips, but it is caught and taken out to the 41.5-yard line. Still short of the 1st down, so it will be 3rd down for the Aviators.
3rd and 4, and again, Sycamore's not going very big. They're just dinking and dunking, taking 4, 5, 6 yards this time. Sets up a 3rd and manageable for the Aves.
Also shout-outs to Chris Walker and Scott Noyes, who are listening online as well. Thanks a lot, fellas. Appreciate you taking some time out Friday night to listen to this titanic GMC struggle between the Colerain Cardinals and the Sycamore Aviators. Again, no score here early. You can see it right there on the scoreboard. 6:47 left to go. Drops back to pass. It's a little drop pass. Caught and tackled, but not before the first down is made, just past the 45-yard line. It's going to be a first down for the Aviators. So 2 consecutive first downs for the Aviators. Gets the ball out close to midfield.
And they let Phillips come free in the blitz. They throw the screen to Donahue right above him, right behind where the space he just unoccupied. Gets just enough past the line of the game for the first down.
Colerain defense feeling out this Sycamore offense early. Once again, in the shotgun. There's a handoff right over the middle, and immediately hit and taken down by number 7, Mr. Bolden, in the middle of that defensive line.
Luke Bolden just completely is the hammer on this play. Knocks the ball loose, but fortunately for the Aviators, the running back falls right back on top of it. But that should have been a no-gain, 1-yard gain with forward momentum. But since he lost control of the ball, they'll lose 1 yard where he recovered the fumble. Really big hit there by Luke Bolden.
So the ball with the tip sitting on the 45-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 11 for the Aviators. Good defensive play by the Cards. Snap is back. The sophomore drops back. Once again, looks the pass. Has got some time. Throws it deep down the field, and it is in and out of the hands of a Colerain DB, number 3. In on that. Falls incomplete. 3rd and 11.
And the Cardinals are putting all sorts of pressure on the Aviators. The Aviators don't run with a lot of receivers. They run a lot of max protect plays, try to protect their quarterback. Cardinals brought 6. They gave him some time. He just gets the ball off, but Pace was there and nearly had the interception. So that's twice now on this drive that Deshaun Pace has dropped a potential interception.
Well, did he have his hands on the first one?
He had his hands on both of them.
Oh, did he? Okay. He definitely did on that one.
Well,
I mean, that went
the
right
first
through
one,
his hands.
it went through his hands.
It went, yeah, or just
That
over
one.
top of his fingertips maybe, but that one was right in his hands. So 3rd down and 11. Drops back, looks to pass. It is passed out wide in the zone. It is caught and disjarred and out of bounds. So I'm not sure they're going to call that an incomplete pass.
They will call it an incomplete pass. They again run the out. Jaquan Jackson's there in coverage. He's got it. He's got his man there. He's going to keep him safe or short of the line of game, but Sincere Jones comes in to clean up and making sure he doesn't break that tackle.
I felt that hit up here.
Jars the ball loose, and they'll say he did never had possession. It'll be another punt formation for the Aves. Now, the last punt snap was bobbled a little bit, but that bobble caused a little confusion on the return team. Didn't get a good return from Sincere Jones, so we'll see what he does here.
Yep, he's lined up at his own 20-yard line. Oh, we've got flags. We've got flags. That was a low line drive kick. Barely made it over the line. Let's see what the call is.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Sycamore's using a lot of motion, a lot of man. And I think what they're trying to do, I don't think they have the best punter in the world. They're trying to create confusion, try to keep the Cardinals off balance a bit.
So Sincere Jones with the ball moving back 5 yards on the false start penalty against Sycamore.
I mean,
Sincere moves up to the
Sincere
25.
Jones is 30 yards at most back.
Yeah, he's not back far at all. You just hope that he doesn't kick it so hard and it hits the ground and skips by him and it goes all the way down inside the 10. It's another man in motion, number 22. Snap is back. He's got it, kicks it. It's a high kick. It's toward the sidelines and pins Sincere right there, and he didn't, I don't even think, caught it fair in bounds. So at the 5:21 mark of the first quarter, no score here at Sycamore Middle School between the Colerain Cardinals and the Sycamore Aviators. Colerain with 1 offensive series so far and had success moving the ball, but they put the ball on the ground a couple of times and recovered them all except for one, as Ivan Pace Jr. was on his way into the end zone and it got stripped from him just inside the 5.
Again, you can reach us in the booth at radio@wearecolerain.com. We have Jim and Terry Shearer listening in from Chicago, Illinois, and Lenny Lopez listening in from sunny Corona, California.
Thank you both so much again for being fervent supporters of wearecolerain.com. Again, this broadcast brought to you free of charge by the Colerain Boosters. Deontay Smith-Moore takes it, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, pitches it wide, caught. I think that was Sincere Jones who got it. I don't know that it was intended for him, but he's going to pick up about 1, maybe 2 on the play. We'll see where they mark it.
And it was not intended for him. That ball pitched. J.J. Davis hit as he catches it. Ball pops in the air. Luckily for the Cardinals, Sincere Jones kind of looked back on his block to see where J.J. was, saw the ball coming for him, and caught it. And they'll get no gain on the play.
All right, so no gain on that play. Second down. The Cardinals offense not quite in sync here early. Credit the pressure being put on by the Sycamore defense. They've got everybody within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. There's a handoff up the middle. Ivan Pace takes it out past the 30 to the 31-yard line.
5, Ivan Pace Jr. on the carry. Tackled by number 59, Ryan Drunk.
Just a simple dive play there. 2, Pace picks up the gap, but it really looks like Sycamore is keeping everything in front. And even if they've got all those guys there, they're almost as like taking Pace, letting him get 2 or 3 yards, but not letting him escape past that second level. So 3rd and 5 for the Cardinals. And they just got the Aviators to jump.
Yep, did they just neutral zone infraction?
We'll see if this will be enough for the first down.
It'll be 5 yards at least.
Offsides on the defense for Sycamore. Be a 5-yard penalty. It will remain 3rd down. And 3rd and
Some well wishes in the chat room from Brian. Brian, I hope you're reading that.
So it'll be 3rd and about a half yard now for the Cardinals. And again, Cardinals don't do anything fancy. They just change up the snap count, and it causes the Aviators to jump off sides. I formation for the Cardinals.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short. Hold on to that ball. There's the handoff once again to Ivan Pace. Oh, no, I think
Nope, Deontay
fooled me.
Smith-Moore
Deontay Smith kept it. Took it around and picked up enough for the first down. Needed half a yard, probably got 2 on the play. First down, Cardinals.
Don't shortchange him. Deontay picked up about 5-6 yards on the play. Takes it out on the outside, makes the read, keeps it going. And the Cardinals have a first down near their own 40-yard line.
Scratching and clawing their way. The best analogy I've ever heard to describe this offense came from your dad, and he talked about it as being Novocaine. That you first get that shot, and it doesn't mean all that much to you. But once you get into the second half, late third quarter, early fourth quarter, all of a sudden that defense doesn't quite have the pep in him they did early. Deontay drops back, looks to pass, throws it. It is complete to number 10. He's got it, makes a man miss, stays on his feet past the 50.
Still on his feet.
Makes another man miss.
Still on his feet.
There's a huge block by number 28. He's got it down to the 30, down to the 25, the 20. He's got guys in front of him. Don't think he can make them all miss, but he doesn't have to.
That's a terrible call by the referee. That is not his call to make. What a block by Freddie Johnson to spring it back the other way. They're going to call Sincere Jones on a block in the back here, but that is not the back judge's call. That's the sideline judge's call, but the flag came from the back judge, so it'll be a block in the back at about the 22-yard line. Will bring it back. Still going to be a first down for the Cardinals, but Jaquan Jackson, instead of being at the 11, probably puts the Cardinals about the 32-yard line.
And was that behind the play?
No, it was right at the point of attack.
Okay, all right.
Right before the end. And they're discussing it. They might be waving this off because the back judge threw the call. They had a huddle. They're going to say he made contact with his head, and that's what the flag is for.
That's interesting.
So he didn't call block in the back. He just said he made contact with the head.
Okay, so but what is that? I'm curious what that. I don't know that I've ever heard. Is that a? It's not targeting. Right? So they don't have that in high school.
For illegal contact, the 15-yard penalty will still be first down.
That's even worse, isn't it? That's an illegal contact, 15-yard
Well, it would have
penalty.
been 15 yards for blocking the back regardless, so it doesn't really matter what the call is.
All right. Either way, Cardinals have it first down and 10 at the Sycamore 39-yard line. So great catch and run, adding more to those passing yards for Deontay Smith.
And
Moore.
it was a really good design because everyone's anticipating the slot back coming out, slot up. Everyone jumps in. On the outside, Jaquan Jackson just sits from the wide receiver's position, a little hook route, and he does the rest from there.
Jaquan Jackson, a 5'10", 155-pound senior DB/wide receiver. Now we've got whistles here by the refs trying to set the ball. Struggling a little bit. Again, you can chat us up in the YouTube chat room or send us an email, radio@wearecolerain.com.
And they reset the clock, and they whistle ready for play.
First and 10 Cardinals. The 39-yard line. J.J. Davis in motion, takes a handoff from Deontay Smith-Moore. He's going to take it around wide. Let's see what he can do. He's got some room. He's going to have enough for the first down. Makes 2 men miss. Stays on his feet. Takes it all the way down near the 20-yard line for another Colerain first down. About 17 on that carry for J.J. Davis.
Yeah, just that little motion underneath. Jet sweep to J.J. Davis. And Sincere Jones is never going to get the stats that show up, but his ability to block the edge this year for the Cardinals has just been amazing. And that was all him there, turning the corner, keeping his hands on the inside so not to get called for holding, turns the shoulder just enough to get J.J. Davis the corner, and he picks up the first down.
Another first down and 10 for the Cardinals. They've got it. Now we've got a counter. Handoff is to J.J. Davis. He jukes, makes one man miss. He's got his leg hung up. Just enough time for the rest of the Sycamore defense to come and help that tackler out, but still picks up 5 yards on the carry.
Yeah, and the Cardinals go back a little old school with that. And it's not the kind of the traditional counter play we see for the Cardinals where they fake one way, bring the handoff the other way. They've been running a lot more this year with motion and pitches off of it. Traditional counter there, and he picks up 6 yards and just leaves J.J. Davis one-on-one with the safety. The safety didn't really make the tackle.
Held him up.
But he held him up long enough for the rest of the Aviators to clear it up.
So approaching 2 minutes left to go here in the opening quarter. No score between Colerain and Sycamore, but Colerain inside the red zone looking to put some points up on the board. There's a handoff to Sincere Jones. He's going to get his chance. He takes it around left side, gets it down to the 10-yard line. Maybe they'll mark him at the 11. He's going to pick up about another 5 yards on the play, close to a first down.
And either way, I think it's enough for the first down.
Nice to see. You talked before about Sincere Jones and not necessarily getting all of the stats, and you're right, but Coach Bolden has talked about it before. It is a first down, and it's going to be a first down, I think, in 10.
We saw in the preceding game, he had 3 blocks on one of the Deontay Smith-Moore's touchdown runs.
Yep.
3 of the blocks for him alone that sprung the touchdown.
He's that workhorse, kind of behind the scenes, doesn't fill up the stat sheet guy, but is so critical
and
for the offense to move.
He doesn't make the flashy plays on defense, but no one's going his way from the cornerback position.
Yeah, he's incredibly valuable. Now he lines out wide as a receiver. 2 lined out wide right. Deontay Smith-Moore moves that way, hands the ball off to Ivan Pace Jr. And he kept it himself and took it around to the end zone.
Deontay Smith-Moore in for 6.
That is his 12th touchdown in a 3-week window. Deontay Smith-Moore right now is just on fire. Into the end zone for the Cardinals with 1:24 left to go in the opening quarter. It's 6-0, extra point pending.
And a nice little play by formation. They spread Sincere Jones out, creates a little more space on the right side where this option play goes. Deontay Smith-Moore reads it, gets an open space, and then he's one-on-one with the safety, and he makes one little move of his shoulders, and he's passed his man in for 6.
Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and kick is good.
And at the 1:24 mark of the first quarter, is your Colerain Cardinals 7, the Aviators of Sycamore 0.
Just letting the music play. Love that song. Mike's over here bouncing his head back and forth. He loves it too. Who doesn't love it? Got the cheerleaders.
I don't know. There's about 9 schools in the Cincinnati area that hate it. In the GMC, there's about 4 more in the GCL that don't like it. There's probably a couple teams up north that don't like it either.
Probably. But if you're wearing red tonight and you're supporting the Colerain Cardinals, you love to hear the band rattle off that part of our fight song.
So, Sincere Jones, J.J. Davis, Ivan Pace do all the work in that series. Since Deontay Smith-Moore is the one who clears it up and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where you guys have always said, and it's so true with this defense. For Deontay, he's going to do, and he's going to move the offense with whatever the defense gives him. And in that case, to your point, they split wide to cover the tailback out of the backfield, and he just cut it up and squared his shoulders and took it in untouched.
So Mangold has done a lot this year. He just kind of kicked it to the goal line, and the coverage has been so good to pin them. We'll see if here he just does that again, or he just goes straight for the end zone.
It's been several weeks, I think, since he's put one through the end zone. So that may be a coaching decision to allow that defense to get down there and try and pin them deep, create those short yardage situations for the Colerain offense if they can get him there. So Mangold approaches the ball. He's got his foot underneath it, and it's going to be another short kick. This one's going to be taken right at the 5-yard line, up to the 10, up to the 15, and eludes one tackle, but does not elude the second, and is taken down inside the 15-yard line. I believe that was Jakari Patterson on the tackle.
Jakari Patterson there, but it was number 17 for the Lawson Sandusky, the punter who slowed him up initially. Jakari Patterson finishes up. And again, you say short, that's a long kickoff for most high school kids. Mangold is popping that in the air and giving the time for the defense to get down there.
Was that 45, 55 yards in the air, right?
Yeah. So it'll be the Aviators' 1st and 10.
And the sophomore quarterback is out there once again. I wonder if Altamule is hurt.
It's got to be a discipline thing. He's either hurt or a discipline thing.
Yeah.
If he comes in at the end of this quarter, then we know it's a discipline thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's still on the sideline, and I mean, if you're Sycamore, right, you know he gives you your best chance to win. There's Eric Phillips in pursuit, just misses the sophomore, who throws it in, and it is
Picked
caught.
off!
Was it?
Picked off!
Who did it?
Get a signal!
Pass is intercepted.
Was that Luke Bolden that intercepted it? You had to know the Colerain defense was going to get one at some point. They just got theirs. First pass of that series picked off. I believe it was Luke Bolden who made the pick.
Can't really see it because Luke Bolden is the one who gets the interception, and that's just a mistake by the sophomore.
Yep.
He's got no one open. He's under pressure. Don't try to make that play. Just throw it away and live to play another day. But Bolden comes in and cleans it up.
If you could credit half an interception to anybody, you got to give it to Eric Phillips as he pressured the young sophomore quarterback.
Eric Phillips and Mason Hill.
And Mason Hill, yep, we're both in there. And you're right, he just rolled to his right, and he was trying to find something, and instead of pressuring and throwing it, he probably should have just eaten it and run out of bounds. But he didn't.
I almost thought he was out of bounds when he threw it.
I did too. I thought he's done. He's got a foot out. But he wasn't. So first down and 10 for the Cardinals at the Sycamore 25-yard line. Deontay Smith-Moore rolls back to pass. He's got a wide-open receiver. He passes it across the middle. It is caught and taken down to the 12-yard line for a Cardinal first down.
We'll take the pass to Freddie Johnson.
To number 28.
We'll pick up the first down, but that's going to be one in film tomorrow. The ball's going to be like, yeah,
Somebody was wide open.
Jaquan Jackson's wide open in the end zone. He's running the post off of that. You see him and Pace kind of run the same route. Pace cuts it off short. He goes deep, and there was no one in the post corner to cover.
It shouldn't be a confidence issue with DSM because again, last week, 316 yards passing. And he's not going to do it chucking the ball 50 yards down the field, but he certainly can throw. Under center now, fakes a speed pitch, drops back, looks to pass again, throws it across the middle. It's caught. J.J. Davis into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Davis.
J.J. Davis, he doesn't have to be fast on this play. He catches the ball, takes one step, and he's in the end zone. And again, Deontay Smith-Moore fakes the speed pitch to the outside, steps up with time, delivers a strike, and J.J. Davis has 6 points.
That is DSM's 7th passing touchdown of the year. 5 last week, 1 the week before, and now 1 this week. And there was a bad... Did that go through?
That went through.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that ball was kicked. That ball was not kicked from... I think the Cardinals are going to get lucky. I don't think that ball was kicked from the ground. Deontay Smith-Moore was a high snap. Deontay Smith-Moore is kind of holding it.
There's a replay you can see on their
He's
scoreboard.
almost kicking that ball from Deontay Smith-Moore's stomach.
That's what it looked like. I don't even know that it hit the ground, to your point. I mean,
I don't think that was a legal kick, but...
does it have to be
on the
touching
ground?
the ground?
Yeah.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Or on the tee.
But it
has to be on the ground at some point.
Well, our referee's going to look at that, right?
Right, yeah.
He's just assuming. Well, of course that's on the ground.
That's why you can do the drop kick, because it comes off the ground. But at some point, the ball has to hit.
It has to touch the ground. There
has
you
to
go.
touch the ground.
Either way, the extra point is
good.
good.
Because if not, then it's just a punt.
That's all it is. It's a punt for an extra point. 14-0 Colerain with 36 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. So slow to get going was the offense, but as is often the case with the Colerain offense, they just need to kind of get their feel about them, and that's exactly what they've done.
And it's a weird thing over the years for Sycamore. It just seems like they have been the second best team in the GMC arguably over the last decade.
Oh, no question. I mean, their playoff success is well documented.
And arguably, if they punted instead of going for 4th down, they're in a state championship game after defeating St. X a few years ago.
No question.
But for some reason, when they play Colerain, there's just a thing, and this is what the Cardinals want to do here. They've opened the floodgates, took advantage of a Sycamore interception. Now's the time to try to keep it going. And if Sycamore, we got to get over that hump that you see every year. You do so well, but you struggle against Colerain.
And there's Mango, gets his foot underneath that one, kicks it a little bit harder, and it's caught at about the 2-yard line now. Big run for the running back right up the middle. He's tackled by the first man that gets him, number 10, but doesn't get out too far. It's taken down at about the 27-yard line, I think. Once again, that was Jackson on the tackle, Jaquan Jackson on the tackle. Great open field tackle. I'm not sure who returned that. I think it was that 22 on the return?
It was McConnell.
McConnell. He just bolted, caught it, and went straight up the middle. So credit the Sycamore special teams there for kind of opening up a path for that young man.
And we're still got fair in the backfield, although it is still the first quarter, so we'll see. Here, the sophomore I don't think that's who you want to make your first start against is Eric Phillips and Ivan Pace coming
Yeah,
out.
I mean, again, to your point, you can only. I mean, Altamule he's right up on the line on the sideline. I mean, it's like he's ready to pass.
Eric Phillips.
Yep, gets that gigantic wingspan up in the air and knocks down a pass intended for a Sycamore wide receiver. Falls incomplete, second down.
And the program here lists Andrew Fair at 5'10". He is not 5'10".
He's every bit of 5'8".
Quarterback and trying to throw over Phillips. He did it one time previously with a little screen over top of him. This time, though, a little short pass, tries to get a little more zip on it.
Yep.
Phillips gets a mid on it, knocks it down at 2nd and 10.
Yep. 2nd and 10. Oh, checks out now. We've got a flag. It's going to be a neutral zone infraction against the Cardinals on defense. And I will say if there's any one thing that's kind of been a bugaboo for this Colerain team so far this year, and it's not, unfortunately, unindicative of them at times in the past, is the penalties. Last week, I think they had 85 yards in penalties. I wasn't there, but if I recall, it was at like 85 yards in penalties. And it's just something they've got to get a way to work through. I mean, that's just a neutral zone infraction, so it's only 5 yards. But again, you had them 2nd down and 10. Now it's 2nd and 5. Defense has got to step up here. We've got single set back. 16 takes it, pitches it. Trying to run a little option play. Makes one man miss, makes two man miss. And tackled out of bounds by number 6. Or excuse me, number 6 on the run for Sycamore.
Donahue with the carry and speed option, and they went right at Ivan Pace, substituted out there, give him a break. Went right at Darryl Patrick. Darryl Patrick makes the tackle on the quarterback, who gets the pitch off, and no help over top for the Cardinal defense. Able to stretch it out, make it get 4 yards, make it 3rd and 1 for the Aviators.
The officials time out because they're going to want to measure.
And unfortunately, for everyone involved, the ball is as far away as possible from the chains.
It is sitting on the Sycamore sideline again. For those of you listening, quote unquote, air quotes, listening online, you get a very unique view from our scoreboard, or from the Sycamore scoreboard this week. So
again,
enjoy that.
All away games, we can't show you live game footage. We can only show you the scoreboard. So
that's what we're doing. Appreciate you tuning in. Again, you can reach us in the booth at radio@wearecolerain.com. Of course, you can chat it up with each other and with us here in the YouTube chat room box. Mike, has there been anything in there of interest? I'm looking at you because I can't read it while I'm doing this. Let me know if there's something I should be shouting out for some folks that are tuning in.
And on the measurement, it will be a 1st down for the Aves.
So good run by number 6, Donahue, to pick up that 1st down. He made a couple of Cardinals miss.
The other nice thing about the scoreboard here at Sycamore, I know the scores from other games. Lakota West leads Oak Hills 14-0.
How about that? Oak Hills has to be the surprise of the GMC at this point in the year.
Well, and with a certain team having to forfeit a bunch of games, their playoff hopes just got a lot better.
So here we go. 1st down and 10 for the Aves. Man in motion. Snap is back. Fakes the handoff. Now does hand it off once again to number 6. And he's caught in the backfield. Falls forward. They may give him the line of scrimmage. Maybe not.
And Sycamore tried that little fake double handoff there, and right into the hands of Dante Colerain. Makes the initial contact, falls forward with the momentum, but there was Ivan Pace to finish off the tackle. And the clocks will strike 0 here at the end of 1 quarter of play at Sycamore Junior High. It's the Sycamore Aviators 0, the Colerain Cardinals 14.
Take a minute here and give a little bit of promotion and special thanks to all of you listening who are also Colerain boosters. We could not do what we do every single week if not for your generous support. And by generous, I mean being involved, whether you're volunteering your time or you're an alumni or a community member, and maybe you can't get to the high school all that often and you decide, you know what, I'm going to throw a few bucks their way and help out. Well, that goes a long way. 5 people doing it, maybe not a whole much, but if you got, all the hundreds and even thousands of alumni through the years of Colerain High School that all give a little bit, trust me, it all adds up. And in today's days where state budgets are constantly being pinched and there's so many kids that benefit from the boosters, outside of athletics, of course, because you've got, drama club and art club. You've also got, there used to be Key Club. I'm not sure if they're there anymore. Of course, you've got the band. You've got all these folks that benefit from the boosters. We highly encourage you to seriously consider joining the Colerain Boosters. There's all kinds of information online on the website. There's also a really cool way you can do it tonight. Will take you less than 2 minutes. We'll get to that in a little bit right after this play. 2nd down and 10 for the Sycamore Aviators.
Still fair in the ballgame, so must be an injury to Alpha Mole.
Did a good job hiding out all week. Snap is back to Ferry, takes it, hands it off up the middle. Met right away, right in the middle. It's going to be a 2-yard loss. Colerain defense stepping up big time.
Yeah, Mike Best with the initial contact, and then Eric Phillips engulfs the play to finish off Donahue. It'll be 3rd and 12, and the Cardinals bring in their dime package. Daryl Patrick, Jaquan Jackson check in. You got Mike Best moving to nose guard. Eric Phillips down to defensive end.
So do you see another, kind of short pass here, Brandon, maybe? Or do you think maybe they try and go over the top here?
Yes.
There you go. That's the kind of insight you get.
I think this play is just hope that I can get it off. It's kind of in the passing game so far for the Aviators.
Oh, look at Brian stepping up big time. You're the man, Brian. We'll get to it. Drops back to pass, does Fear. He's got time, and he throws it, and it is knocked down, intended for number 28, I think is.
Number 20, Rasheed Harris.
Is that 20? My apologies.
Intended for Rasheed Harris, and again, what do we say? What Sincere Jones doesn't show up in a stat book.
Yep.
And that was perfect coverage. Guy's got his hand, thinks he's got a nice catch, maybe close to the first down. Sincere Jones just puts his hand right where the ball's being thrown and knocks it away.
We've got a whole list of corporate booster sponsors that we want to give recognition to throughout the game. And we'll get to that here in just a minute at our next stoppage because, again, in addition to being an individual booster sponsor, you can also be a corporate booster sponsor, which can really help out a lot of kids do a lot of good things. Snap is back. There's the kick. It's going to go out of bounds right around, would you say, the 35-yard line? We'll see where they mark it. No return for the Cardinals.
See where it's officially marked.
Well, thank goodness Coach Tom Bolden's over there, and he's letting the referee know, look, you're coming all the way up here at the 37, Chief. Don't get stuck back there at the 30, which is exactly where he stopped at the 30. Wow. I think we got shorted at least 4 or 5 yards on that one, but is what it is. The Cardinals will take over 1st down and 10 at their own 30-yard line here early in the second quarter, up 14-0 on the Sycamore Aviators.
That was interesting.
That's a word you could use.
That's the best word to use in this case.
I think so, as long as we're live and our mics are hot.
Hazma Abdul Wahid in a fullback.
J.J. Davis in motion. There's the handoff to Wahid. He takes it, and he's got some running room. Oh, my goodness. I'm standing back, Brandon.
Hamza at the 35, 30. Down to the 25. Hamza Abdul Wahid with a big run.
Takes it all the way down to the Sycamore 25-yard line. 1st down, Cardinals. Huge run by the backup fullback.
And he does all that, and they take him out on the next play. What is that?
It's because they want to get him down close to the 5, and then they're going to give it to him.
Deontay Smith-Moore is now going to get a touchdown. Big game for the Cardinals.
Sincere Jones and J.J. Davis split wide. Sincere Jones in motion. Deontay Smith-Moore takes the ball, hands it off to Ivan Pace Jr. Good tackle and defense by the Sycamore Aviators, number 59 on that tackle. Still picked up about 3 yards on the play.
59 made the tackle, but 11, Marquise Fisher, almost like he got clotheslined by Pace as he's falling down trying to make the tackle. Pace is being tackled and still manages to make physical contact with the defender.
Yeah. Would you say that Wahid is faster than Pace?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say so. He certainly doesn't have the bulk or the size that Ivan does, but he's got some moves. He gives you a different dimension at the fullback position. Sincere once again in motion. Deontay drops back, fakes the pitch, looks to throw it. He does, and it is caught and into the end zone. 23, J.J. Davis, Cardinal touchdown.
Just a little simple post wheel, 2-man in the pattern that we're looking at. Everyone follows the post route, leaves the wheel route wide open for J.J. Davis, and there's no one within 10 yards of him. Deontay Smith-Moore just floats it out there, lets him catch it, and that's 6 points for the Cardinals.
The more he throws the ball, the better he looks, and I think the more confidence he gets. That is his 8th, I believe, passing touchdown of the season. So on for the extra point. Let's see if we can get a little bit cleaner here. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and kick is good.
And at the 10:08 mark of the second quarter, it's now Colerain 21, the Sycamore Aviators 0. And you're right, and we've seen it with Deontay all year. If he gets time, he can make the throw. Maybe week 1, he was, first game.
It's week 1.
Trying to force it little.
And you're doing it against LaSalle.
Yeah. But outside of that, even against X, when he got time to throw, he's able to deliver it, put it where the receiver can make a play. And the Cardinals.
And that confidence, I'm assuming, just builds as we go game to game, quarter to quarter, pass to pass. That touchdown brought to you by this extensive list for the 2018-2019 corporate booster sponsors. We may not get them all before the kickoff because there's so many people and so many companies in the Colerain community that want to help.
That well.
And I cannot read that well. Let's get a few here. Queen City Running, Valley Metalworks, CAI Insurance, Hawksworth Blood Center, Cincinnati Police Credit Union, State Farm Insurance, Scooch Tile and Carpet, Skyline Chili, Shock Tile. What did I say? Scooch? My apologies. Shock Tile and Carpet, Skyline Chili, Hoding Realtors, Underground Sports Shop, Friedhoff Accounting Tax Service, and Meyer. We'll stop there as we're getting ready to kick off. What did I say? Scooch? Well, I'll tell you what. We had a couple of guys scooching in the end zone in that first half so far, and it's going to keep it going here. I'm sorry, we'll get to what you were saying there on the scores in such a second, Brandon. So there's the kick. It's kind of a low kick, trying to keep it out of the wind, and it goes 15 yards into the end zone. So it's a little bit different.
No. Let's not gloss over this. How far in the end zone to go?
Did I say 15 yards?
Yeah, the end zone.
5 yards.
This is not Canada.
5 yards.
The end zone is only 10 yards deep.
5 yards into
5
the
yards
end
into the
zone.
end
I meant
zone.
5. I was thinking 5. I said 15.
Princeton trails Middletown 6-3 at the end of one quarter of play, and Fairfield is up on Lakota East 14-0. If you want to finish those corporate sponsors, Chris.
I'd love to finish those corporate sponsors because they're critical to the success of Colerain High School and everything they do along for Colerain Middle and White Oak Middle. Let's pick it back up with Joe Capel Lawn and Landscaping, Midwest Stonescapes, Paul Young Funeral Home, NovaCare, La Roses, and Northgate Ford. There's still more to go. We'll get to them right after this play. First down and 10 for the Aviators on their own 20-yard line, trailing 21-0. Snap is back, sophomore look for it. He passes it. It is in and out of the intended receiver's hands. Number 81 falls incomplete.
Yep, and then again, they faked the little wide receiver screen here. Try to go to the guy over top. Since probably going to make a 6-7 yard catch in front of the defense. But ball's too high, and the Cardinal pressure forces Fair to throw it high.
Kudos once again to Sycamore and their hosts of volunteers here at the high school who they've got an entire team of people over there that are running the scoreboard because there's a lot going on in there to keep that thing up and running. I got news for you. I mean, literally, there's probably 5 or 6 volunteers in there just for the scoreboard. There's the snap back to Fair, drops back, looks to pass. He's got some pressure. He's going to roll it out, find some room. He's going to look to stay on his feet, and he does. He's going to be close to the first down, taken down just shy of the 30. They're going to mark him probably at the 27-yard line. So he will be about 3 yards shy of the first down. Third down forthcoming.
Officially the 28, 3rd and 2 for the Aves, and not a situation they've been very good at so far tonight. 3rd and short versus this Cardinal defense. They've really, except for that scramble there, got nothing going on the ground.
Really happy that the rain, at least at this point, has completely cleared out. We had, like we mentioned at the onset of the game, a downpour. And since then, it dried up about 20 minutes before game time, and we haven't had a drop since, so fingers crossed. There's the snap back, pass out to the intended receiver, caught by number 22. He jukes sideways, trying to find room, doesn't find it, and the Cardinals are going to have a stop on third down.
And Sycamore did everything right there except execute the play. They saw.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to understand.
What
did they do right
if
they didn't execute the play?
Coach Datillo realized Colerain's bringing that pressure. They think the 3rd and short.
Okay.
So they fake it, get a quick little screen on the outside. They have numbers. But
so the play call was correct. Okay.
But the receiver bobbled the ball.
Yep. It was a little low.
And then Sincere Jones broke right through the tackler. Jakari Patterson right through the blocker. And they're just no gain on the play.
So the snap is back for a 4th down punt. It's a low line drive punt. Bounces just before the 45-yard line. Picked up by Sincere Jones. Takes it back to the 45, to the 50, to the 50, 45. Going to be taken down right at about the 44-yard line. And that's where Colerain will take over. First down and 10 in Sycamore territory. Up 21-0.
I'll tell you what. Sycamore's really struggling with this punt. But it's almost a good thing to the point where it's it's not a bad kick, it's just not very good.
Yeah.
That it makes it difficult for Sincere Jones to get a good return.
Exactly.
First down though, Cardinals in Aviator territory.
Gotta like to start there. Deontay Smith-Moore under center once again. Sincere Jones in motion. Gives the handoff this time to Ivan Pace Jr. He makes a man miss and a stiff off, and he's off to the races. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Cardinals! Ivan Pace Jr. takes the handoff and into the end zone for 6. The offense is clicking on all cylinders right now.
It was a 54-second, 3-play, 54-second touchdown drive last time for the Cardinals.
Yes.
This is a
One play?
one-play, 45-yard, about
4 second? 5 second?
10 seconds.
10 seconds?
7 seconds, around that drive this time. So what was a very close game has let the floodgates open, and it's now,
I mean, it was 0-0 with, 2.5 left in the first quarter?
and there's still plenty of time to play.
We've got a flag
in the
here.
half. I mean, there's only been 4 minutes. There hasn't been 4 minutes go far past in the second half, or second quarter.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
8:19 left to go in the second quarter. Your Cardinals up 27-0. Extra point pending.
And like we talked about, when it got to 14-0, it's those little things, and it's just some reason Sycamore they're good again. They keep it close, even if they're uneven in talent. They'll keep it close with the big teams.
Right.
But for some reason against Colerain, there's just this.
Stigma.
It is good.
Extra point is up and good for Chris Mangold.
And at 8:19 in the second quarter, it's the Colerain Cardinals 28, the Aviators 0. As Ivan Pace takes it for 43 yards and a touchdown. There's just this mental hump in their heads, and again, it's just 1 or 2 plays, and all of a sudden, what was a competitive game is blown open. We saw it a few years back. Actually, the year the Aviators made the state semifinals, they went farther 3 years ago,
Yes.
than the Colerain Cardinals.
They did.
But that same year, it was a close game.
That was 2016. You're right.
They had a goal to go. We stopped them on 4th and goal, and then all of a sudden, what was a 0-0 game, and by the end of it, it was 55-7 at halftime and running clock, and it was over.
Let's finish up these corporate sponsors real quick. Again, can't thank you enough if you're listening and you're a corporate sponsor for everything you do for the Colerain Boosters and the Colerain community. Game On Sports Bar, Life Touch, Fast Signs, Era Pest Control, Plato's Closet, Supercuts, Langan Meats, Quaker Steak and Lube, Joseph's Toyota of Cincinnati, Northwest Association of Educators, Friendship Baptist Church, and Long Schaefer. I assume that's an attorney.
Or an accountant.
Or a funeral home.
Or an accountant.
Or an accountant. A professional who's decided that they want to be part of helping to shape Colerain's future. There's the kickoff taken
And that
about
one goes
7 yards into the end zone, I'd say.
19 yards deep into the end zone.
Chris Mangold. Now, all of a sudden, we flipped the field, right? So, is there a wind? I see there's a wind. I'm looking at the flag.
That's a little bit of wind, but he's also kicking into more of a line drive. I think they've just decided to just kick it out of the back of the end zone. But, there is the wind is blowing in that direction.
Is that them? Is that them, Mike? Are they local? Well, it's a 513 Long Schaefer, Tax Accounting and Financial Services. There you go. Mike, Johnny on the spot here, saying we don't have an answer, we'll get an answer.
Yeah, you got those magic boxes, and you could just learn anything.
Go out there looking on the interwebs, see what you can find. You can get in some pretty dangerous stuff, I tell you what now. I got 3 kids in middle school. My, oh my, oh my. I got my wife and I had a conversation the other day about what kind of firewalls we can put in the house.
There's a penalty on the field somewhere.
Well, looks like they're marking the ball up to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it's on the Cardinals.
Personal foul is called against Colerain. It'll be a 15-yard
personal
penalty.
foul called
First and 10 for the Aviators.
on the.
Number 35.
How is there a personal foul? I wonder when a ball's kicked back through the back end of the end zone.
I don't know. Coach Bolton's getting an explanation now.
Okay. So another 15-yard penalties for the Cardinals. They're probably quickly approaching 50 yards in penalties here in the first half. Still plenty of time left to go. Aviators will take over 1st and 10 at their own now 35-yard line.
And
So
what was a very quick first quarter has turned into a very long second quarter.
Indeed. So Fear in it, quarterback still, drops back, looks to pass, throws it, and it is. Oh! It is picked off! It is picked off. That was Kendricks who bobbled the ball. I hope you can see it here on the scoreboard. The pass was intended for obviously a Sycamore receiver. I think it was behind him, and Kendricks tipped the ball in the air, bobbled it to himself, and made the interception.
And again,
Second turnover night for the Cardinals.
The presence of Phillips. He's got to throw it over top of Phillips. and him trying to throw it above the reach
Right.
of Phillips.
He's throwing
he
it up.
throws it high and wide. Right, his receiver's there in
Yep.
front of the DB, but it's high and wide. Kendricks has it, loses it, has it, loses it, has it, comes down with the interception.
And again, even though we're not at home, we will do our very best to get you stats at halftime. We've got some folks over there doing that as well. So 1st and 10 for the Cardinals now, up 28-0. Again, inside Sycamore territory, right at about the 48-yard line. Fakes the handoff, keeps it, pitches it to Sincere Jones, who catches it on his hip. Ball was behind him a little bit. He's going to pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down for the Cardinals. We'll have stats for you and scores from around the GMC in the city at halftime. There were all kinds of games that were pushed back to a later start time. I think a lot of schools made the decision that they didn't want to even tempt fate with the weather and the rain. So we know, for example, maybe the biggest game in the city, St. X Moeller, at St. X tonight, got pushed back to 8:30. So they're still 30 minutes away from even starting. So there's a fake handoff. Deontay Smith-Moore keeps it. He's got a blocker in front of him, stays on his feet, barrels down past the 38-yard line, gets enough for the 1st down all the way to the 35.
And what a fantastic play by Deontay Smith-Moore. Not something a lot of people are going to pick up there, but he made his read on the pitch man inside the mesh with the fullback. He reads the fullback takes the read takes the dive, keeps it, but already he sees that the man on the outside is going to collapse on the pitchman. He cuts it up, just follows pace, uses pace as an extra block, and cuts it up and picks up 11 yards.
You absolutely saw patience in DSM's run there.
Well, he
Great
read the pitch before the pitch read while he was still at the fullback.
So now back under center, 1st down and 10 for the Cardinals. Deontay not seeing anything he likes. He calls timeout.
And the play clock was going down to 0, so he called timeout.
There was the back judge threw the flag, but I'm guessing they're going to wave it off. Yeah, he's going to stick it in his pocket. The Cardinals got the timeout beforehand. So, yep, waving off the flag because the Cardinals got the timeout beforehand. So with 7:34 left to go here in the first half, your Colerain Cardinals are up on the Sycamore Aviators 28-0. A minute here just to take a minute. Brandon mentioned it a little bit earlier. He alluded to some forfeits. Just earlier this week, it broke that the Princeton Vikings, who Colerain played and beat earlier this season 2 weeks ago, I think 47-19, were found to have multiple infractions of academically ineligible players on their team. They self-reported to the OSHA, did exactly what we expect all good GMC teams to do, and as a result, the Princeton Vikings have been forced to forfeit all 3 of their football wins this year. So technically, with their loss to Colerain, their only loss on their schedule on the field, they now sit at 0-4, and some wonder how that affects Colerain, and it does, because unfortunately the way the Harbins work is we get points for every win that our defeated opponents get.
Fortunately for the Cardinals right now, the one team they don't play, Oak Hills, is down 24-0 to Lakota West.
Wow.
Mason on top of Hamilton, 14-7.
Did you pick West this week? I didn't.
I have no idea.
I don't know. It was 4 in the morning and I was in Brussels. Deontay Smith-Moore under center. Ivan Pace directly behind him. There's a quick pass out to number 1. Sincere Jones, he spins and makes a man miss. Stays on his feet. Gets all the way down just outside the 20, but it'll be a 12-yard pickup, maybe 14, enough for another Cardinal 1st down.
Just a quick bubble screen, works off the block on the edge, then makes this spin move to pick up the additional yardage, and it's a 1st down for the Cardinals. And just to be clarified, Chris, there are no sprouts in Brussels, just waffles.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Lots of great chat going on in the chat room on YouTube, guys. Love it. Great, always a great conversation when you're talking about best quarterbacks ever at Colerain. Deontay Smith-Moore drops back to pass. It is complete to J.J. Davis. He's looking for his 3rd touchdown of the night. Stays on his feet. Let's see if they mark him in. They're going to mark him just short at the 1-yard line. I thought he was in, but apparently he couldn't quite get it all the way in. And J.J. Davis is stopped just short of the goal line. Colerain will have it 1st and goal.
I don't know, but he was that close to his 3rd receiving touchdown of the evening.
Which would have been his, I think, maybe 6th or 7th of the year.
He's 19th touchdown receiving in the past 2 weeks.
I don't think we need to go quite that far. That's probably...
I don't know. The only person putting up as big numbers is Deontay Smith-Moore throwing the ball. It's Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City.
I'll tell you what, man. That
goal line defense or goal line offense for the Cardinals. Pace, Phillips, Deontay Smith-Moore just follows them all in the end zone for 6.
Really couldn't be much easier. DSM into the end zone for 6 more for the Cardinals. And they're just piling it on now with 6:40 to go left in the 2nd quarter. 34-0 Colerain over Sycamore. Extra point pending. We got to get out all of our props and shout outs to everybody here in the first half. Hopefully you stay with us through the end of the game. Hopefully Sycamore can find a way. Unfortunately for them, I'm not sure what to do. Hopefully Altamule's not hurt, because he really was kind of a preseason, in my opinion, a preseason favorite to possibly be GMC Player of the Year. He's a fantastic quarterback, and yet he's not seen the field 1 second for Sycamore.
Kicks, snap is back, hold is down, kick is good. 6:40 to play in the first half of play. Colerain 35, Sycamore 0.
If you like what you're hearing, or even if you don't like what you're hearing, and you like helping people, want to call something out to you real quick. There's a really cool little button in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. If you're looking at a TV, if you're looking at a monitor, or even
you could be looking at.
Can you do it on a mobile device?
Yeah, your mobile device, you cast it up.
Yeah, if you cast it up on your screen, right? You can do all kinds of things. Anyway, there's a nifty little icon up there. It's got a little eye in it. Okay, there's an information. That is an opportunity for you, as a Colerain listener and supporter, to donate right now. You click on that, and through YouTube, and a deal that they have, which makes it completely tax-free to the school, you can donate to the Colerain Boosters. Just click on it. I won't go through all the details. You're a tech-savvy audience. We know you are. Click on that little eye for information, and you'll have an opportunity to donate right now online via credit card to get a chance to see exactly how you can help the Colerain Boosters. Doesn't have to be a lot. If every single person that listened to this broadcast every single week gave $5, $5, you can't get a coffee at Starbucks for that. If they gave $5 for every game, well, I don't know what the math is. Darn it, I should have done the math beforehand. But we're talking, you're talking
trillions of dollars,
thousands of dollars a game that we could give back to the Colerain community and back to the Colerain Boosters to do a lot of good for a lot of kids.
Quadrillions of dollars.
That's a big number, but I would say that because of the devout Colerain fan base, we've got right now, we've had over 200 listeners already. I mean, let's just round it to 200 at $5
That's a lot
apiece.
of math, Chris, and I'm kind of jet lagged.
I know, so we're going to call it $1,000.
$1 billion.
Imagine what $1,000 if each of the 200 listeners had given just $5 out of, deprive yourself of a coffee and give $5 to the boosters. Everybody, that's $1,000 that goes into the coffers.
Kick by Mangold went to the end zone.
Oh, they can see it. They see the scoreboard. There's a snap back once again. There's a handoff across the middle. The Colerain defense swarmed and tackled the intended running back. Got 1 yard on the play. $1,000 is going to do a lot for uniforms. It's going to do a lot for equipment. It's going to do a lot for a lot of kids. And again, not just athletics, but all organizations at Colerain High School and Colerain Middle and White Oak Middle can petition the Colerain Boosters if they need money. And again, selfishly, it certainly helps us here in the booth. What we do costs money. It's not free. We've got to pay for the equipment. We have to maintain the equipment. Just had to take the laptop in to get a little oil lube job done a couple of weeks ago because we're having some issues. So thank you for all your support and for your consideration. Snap is back to Fear. He takes it, passes it. It's caught this time by 81. And there are 3 Cardinals there to clean that up. He's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play out to the 25-yard line. 3rd down.
Yeah, Davis in the black, just a little hook route, sits down, and he's immediately swarmed again, taking the soft spot in the Cardinal defense. They'll give up the 5 yards and make it 3rd and 6. It is now 31-0. Lakota West over Oak Hills.
Well, that is shocking. Something has happened at Lakota West where all of a sudden they have found an offense, because they have been, shall we say, meager through the first 4 weeks of the season.
The past 16 weeks, yeah.
Your words. Sycamore with their second charge timeout?
Second charge timeout. Both teams have 1 remaining in the half.
It's Sycamore's second timeout.
So there's... Well, I was going to give you a game recap, but now I can't see it because I took it off the scoreboard and I don't remember off the top of my head.
Isn't it amazing how lazy you get when you get here and you've got that scoreboard? You're like, I'm not even writing anything down. I'm just looking up at the scoreboard. And again, we're happy to provide you the scoreboard feed, which is not technically showing you the live football, so we feel confident with that. But again, when we're at home, we're able to show you the video. But again, we always encourage you, if you are listening and you're in the Colerain area and you chose not to come out tonight, maybe just because it's on the east side and people don't like to venture over here, or because you were concerned about the weather, if you're within driving distance of Colerain, we always encourage you, go to the game, because it's just a great atmosphere. Great burgers. Here we go now, 3rd down. Drop back is Fear. He looks to pass, and he's going to get sacked. Ivan Pace Jr. takes down the sophomore for a huge loss. It'll be 4th down and about 13.
And there was some fear in Fair's eyes because he could go one way. He could step up, go to the left in the pocket, or step up and go right. If he goes right, he runs right into Eric Phillips. He instead steps up and goes left, right into the waiting arms of Ivan Pace, and the Cardinals get the sack.
So Ivan Pace Jr. kind of showing his strength on defense there. Got to be careful with Ivan. We want to. I'm sure the coaching staff is very well aware of how he kind of wore down at the end of the year, so they're going to be very careful, especially in games like this, as to how much he plays both ways. Snap is back. The punter's got it, and it's a low line drive. It's going to bounce on the Sycamore sideline, and Sincere Jones is going to stay away from it because it doesn't even make it to the 50. It's down by Sycamore at the 45-yard line, and that's where Colerain will take over. 1st down and 10.
44-yard line.
Up 35-0 with 4:23 left to go in the first half.
Just about a 23-yard, maybe 25-yard net punt for the Aves. And again, this is the Cardinal formula all year. Kicker kicks the kickoff, pin them deep, get a 3 and out, give a short field to your offense. And they've done it all day here in the second quarter.
Number 40 on the sidelines for Sycamore he's animated. He's imploring the defense to try and step up and make a stop here. You talked before about the mental hump Sycamore has of getting over Colerain. I mean, obviously they're not the only one in the city. Give you an interesting stat here in just a minute. Sincere Jones in motion. Deontay Smith-Moore takes it, fakes the handoff, keeps himself, tries to get into the open, and he does, but tackled from behind. But does pick up 8 yards on the play, 2nd down. If Colerain wins tonight, which presumably they're certainly on path to do that, up 35-0, it will be their 70th consecutive GMC victory. Now that is a staggering number. And I think people don't realize, because they think, oh, it's a GMC and the GMC isn't all that great. That goes all the way back to 2008, the last time that Colerain lost a GMC game. There's the handoff up the middle. Good defense by Sycamore. Going to have enough for the 1st down as Ivan Pace Jr. as someone jumped on his back and tried to take him down. But he got enough for the 1st down, so it'll be 1st down and 10. 70 consecutive games in the GMC. That's unbelievable, right? Because you don't ever know what your classes are going to look like when they come in the door at a public school, right? It's just whoever walks in the door. And Colerain's enrollment has declined a little bit from those days, and the Masons have joined the conference, and they're explosive, and Lakota West and Lakota East and Fairfield, and yet this Colerain football program just continues to truck along. I mean, absolutely, for my money, pound for pound, the best public school program in the entire state of Ohio at any division. There's a counter. J.J. Davis has got it. He's up to the 30. Takes it down to about the 27-yard line. Going to pick up about 6-7 yards on that run.
J.J. Davis on the carry for Colerain.
Nothing fancy, just a simple handoff. And that one really was contained well by Sycamore, but J.J. Davis, just being the fastest guy on the field, makes that what should have been maybe
like a 2-yard gain, maybe?
2-yard gain into a 6-yard gain for the Cardinals.
So on the scoreboard, at least 2nd down and 5 on the 28-yard line. Still plenty of time left. 2 minutes and 45 seconds here. There's a handoff to Ivan Pace Jr. He takes it across the middle. Hits a few Sycamore Aviators, and they are playing rough in there. Ball hit the ground, but they're going to call forward progress stopped. And he's going to be, I think, close to a 1st down. Probably not enough to measure it, but it's going to be close.
Just a straight handoff on the triple.
Well, we'll see what they mark it. They may give it to him.
And honestly, I thought...
Yep, they gave it to him. 1st down, Ivan Pace Jr. on the run.
Honestly, from the looks of it, he could have gave it, he could have pulled it, he could have pitched it. I don't think there was anyone to the outside there for Sycamore on the left side. The read told him to give it to the fullback, so that's where the ball went. But
well, when you're down 35-0, I mean, as a defense, right? I mean, kudos to these kids. I mean, your will to compete. There's a handoff on an end around to J.J. Davis. He finds a hole. I don't know how he slipped himself in there, but he did. Takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. It's another 1st down run for the Cardinals. There is a penalty back at the 24-yard line in the vicinity of holding. And the Cardinals are coming back, so it is a holding call against the Cardinals. First holding call of the night against Colerain.
And an academic achiever's parents, please report to the south entrance to the track.
So spot penalty will make it
Holding against
first
Colerain, it's 10-yard penalty.
and a lot.
Remain first down.
This is where you want to see maybe Deontay fake that speed pitch, roll himself out, and find JJ in the seam.
Well, the other thing about this, the clock is rolling. It'll be under 2 minutes when the Cardinals snap the ball. They're not in any rush particularly. But keep in mind they will have to go at an accelerated pace here.
And as a reminder, the Cardinals deferred to start this game, so they'll get the ball to start the second half. Drops back, looks to pass, stays on his feet, throws it over, intended for number 28, the junior.
Freddie Johnson, the sophomore, was there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is he a sophomore?
Sophomore.
Freddie Johnson
Just
falls in
missed him, and
complete.
Deontay Smith-Moore felt the pressure there.
Tackle on the play by number
And
9,
they did the exact same sort of play that Sycamore ran. They faked a little screen, went over top, and the ball just too far ahead of Freddie Johnson.
Freddie, a 5'10", 162-pound sophomore. Some consider possibly the heir apparent at quarterback starting next year as a junior, but there will be a battle. I know Lawson Sandusky will probably try and throw his hat in the ring as well. Best man plays. I mean, that's the way it works at Colerain. You've got to earn it. Good lesson to learn in life. Nothing's given to you. So now in the shotgun is Deontay Smith-Moore, and we got flags everywhere. Sycamore defensive line is clapping. It's going to be false start against the Cardinals. So what was a very promising drive has now lost 15 yards in penalties.
5-yard penalty remain. Second down.
So still second down, but second down in a country mile. 1:53 left to go in the half. Got to love those really huge play clocks in the end zone. Really helps out the quarterbacks for both teams.
The thing is, at this point, with it being 2nd and 25, Cardinals have the ball about where the drive started, but they've lost about 2 minutes on the clock.
Or burned off, depending on how you want to call it. So back up at the line and back up in the shotgun. Deontay Smith-Moore, he's got 2 wide receivers right, 2 left, 4 wide, drops back, looks to pass, throws it high in the air, deep and intended for Freddie Johnson.
Was there, and I don't know if the receiver just slowed down too much or Deontay Smith-Moore just missed him, but he was wide open deep.
It's a pretty pass.
And it was incomplete.
So now it'll be 3rd down. I like it though. You know, I mean, it's look, you're up 35-0. You can either try and option your way all the way down to pick up the first down, or honestly work on the passing game.
You honestly don't have that much time to try to run the option. Not in this 2-minute situation.
Colerain only with 1 timeout left, and Sycamore with 1 as well, as you mentioned earlier. So you're right. There isn't a whole lot of time to do that. There's Drew Altamule running up and down on the sideline trying to implore the fans to get in. Here comes pressure on DSM. It looks like he wants to throw, but he's just going to tuck it and keep it himself. He's going to leap and get down inside the 20. Not enough for the first down, but it's going to make it a much more reasonable field goal attempt for the Cardinals, which is exactly what they'll attempt to do.
Again, a look here as Deontay Smith-Moore takes it, scrambles, always looking downfield, gets a little hurdle at the end, and then still delivers the blow, brings it down to the 20, sets up a 37-yard field goal for Chris Mangold.
Wind blowing a little bit left to right as we take a look at the flag here in the opposite end zone. So wind blowing a little left to right, so Mangold's really going to have to kind of kick into the wind here. It's swirling. This will not be an easy kick.
Timeout. Colerain.
Someone did not go out for Colerain.
And they're icing their own kicker. It's just something you don't see. That's just, I don't understand that.
No, they didn't. They only had 10 men.
I know. I don't get it. And it comes honestly from me not having played the game. I mean, if you know it's 3rd and long, there's a very real likelihood you're probably not going to get the first down, but you might get close enough to get a field goal attempt. So why are you not ready to go? Again, that's just my ignorance. I don't know. I self-admit I don't know. But you got a timeout. You can't take them into halftime with you, so great call. So you've got an opportunity to set up your line properly and give Mangold the best possible opportunity to kick a 37-yard field goal.
Middletown leads Princeton 15-3.
Princeton is, I'm sure, reeling with the events of this week. We know what it's like to learn about forfeited games. Certainly not at the, quite at the level that Colerain suffered back in 1995, but still, it's difficult. You work so hard, and you get 3 victories, and then you got to hand them all over because of a paperwork mistake.
Bolden with the snap, Smith-Moore with the hold. Kick is up, and kick is wide right.
I don't know what that means. He's waving his hands like it's, I guess it's one he's saying it's through the back of the end zone, and the other one was saying it was wide right. So 37-yard field goal missed by Chris Mangold. 58 seconds left to go here in the half. Still 35-0. He just missed that, maybe by just a couple feet. But again, that wind was swirling. It doesn't surprise me. That's a tough kick to make. And he wasn't exactly lined up right in the middle of the field either.
It wasn't a great snap by him.
No.
TNC scores will be posted on the Aviators.
Fairfield leads Lakota East 21-7.
Throughout halftime stats.
Middletown 21, Princeton 3.
For tonight's game.
Brian, I think maybe we're just going to line you up on the YouTube chat room, bud. You can just handle that each week. That's fantastic. There's a handoff up the middle.
Hey, just so you know, you can block him.
We're not blocking him. Leave him alone. He's in there giving great information.
Oh, okay.
He's being very helpful, sitting at home, resting his the pipe, so to speak.
I mean, I had to kick off some of those kids from certain schools sometimes.
I know. Well, we want to keep a clean chat room. There's just no reason to have anybody in there talking a bunch of garbage and crap. Nobody wants to read that. Come on, man. Grow up. It's just, you don't need it. Trying to enjoy some high school football.
30 seconds remaining in the half.
Clock
Aviators
is running.
in no hurry.
They don't appear to be. Snap is back. Once again, it's a handoff now, running around the left side. The Cardinals pursue, and that young man takes it out just close to the 30-yard line.
I don't know what kind of offers he has now, but someone's going to get a heck of a player at the next level. And Jakari Patterson, as he closed out on that one.
Did you see the speed that he closed on? That was impressive. I saw it out of the corner as I'm watching him. I'm like, somebody's about to get trucked.
So the Aviators will let the clock strike 0, and after one half of play here at Sycamore Junior High School, it's the Sycamore High School 0, your Colerain Cardinals 35.
We're going to take a break now. We'll keep the camera panned right onto the scoreboard. We won't move that, so you can check out the time, and we'll get some scores and stats from this game and scores from other games, and we'll be back for second half action here on wearecolerain.com.
And we're back with halftime stats and scores. Here's the Cardinals lead the Aviators 35-0. Elsewhere around the GMC Fairfield, over top of Lakota East, 28-14. Middletown Middies, 21. Princeton Vikings, 3. Lakota West Firebirds, 31. Oak Hills Highlanders playing with their backup quarterback, 0 points. Elsewhere, Mason, 21. Hamilton, 7. Elsewhere around the city, Milford, 50 points in the first half. They lead Loveland 50-14. Winton Woods on top of Northwest 24-0. LaSalle on top of some Canadian team 31-0. Springboro on top of Centerville 21-0. Kings on top of Turpin 20-17. X and Moeller tied at 0 because the game kicked off exactly 6 minutes ago.
Those are your halftime stats.
One more score just in. Tippecanoe 35, Stebbins 0.
Shout out to Tippecanoe. Those were your halftime scores, brought to you by whatever corporate sponsor would maybe like to sponsor those going forward. What a great idea, huh? Love to announce your name at every halftime. So we're going to go through some high-level stats. Normally Brian does this at halftime, but I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to get a chance to do it. Colerain again up 35-0. Had 18 first downs in a half compared to Sycamore's 5. 269 yards rushing. Sycamore 13. That's not uncommon. Usually we give it back on the passing side. Not this week. Colerain 127 yards through the air. Sycamore 56 with the sophomore behind Mr. Fear playing for Sycamore. A lot of these other ones, blah, blah, blah. We'll skip through those. Colerain, 1 fumble, 1 lost. 57 yards of penalties for Colerain. 10 yards of penalties for Sycamore. And the always completely irrelevant time of possession. Sycamore with 10 minutes and 30 seconds in the first half. Colerain with 9 minutes and 27 seconds. That doesn't seem to add up. Again, we're not at home. We're using the stats here from the Sycamore guys, which are doing a great job here. But Ivan Pace Jr. leading all rushers for Colerain. 8 rushes for 121 yards and a touchdown. Deontay Smith-Moore, 8 for 48 and 2 touchdowns. J.J. Davis, 5 for 48. And Hamza Abdul Wahid, run rush, 45 yards. Passing Deontay Smith is 6 for 8 for, again, the 127 yards with 2 touchdowns. So great run so far for Deontay Smith-Moore through the air. J.J. Davis leads all receivers with 3 catches, 2 of them for touchdowns. Probably could have been a third if not for just being stopped 6 inches short of the end zone. On the tackle defensive side, Luke Bolden leads all tackles with 4 total tackles. Jakari Patterson with 3, and Alonzo Kendricks with 2. Trying to see, they don't, I'm trying to look for individual leaders here from an interceptions perspective. They don't have it. Let's see here. Andrew Fear is 7 of 15. That is the sophomore quarterback for Sycamore. He's 7 of 15, 56 yards, no touchdowns, 2 INTs. Leading rusher for Sycamore, Jordan McConnell, 3 rushes, 39 yards. So there you have it. Again, the story really, Colerain 269 yards rushing, 18 first downs compared to Sycamore's 5. So, again, a little surprising. Colerain will start off getting the ball to receive. They'll receive the ball here, the kickoff in the second half, as they won the toss and deferred. Up 35-0 now. As a reminder, being that the Cardinals are up 35-0, we now officially move to a moving clock. So second week in a row, the Cardinals have started the second half with a moving clock, running clock, I should say. The clock is always moving. But it's running now, and it will only be stopped on, I believe, change of possession, right?
Chris, actually,
an injury.
The clock is on a stationary thing. It's not actually moving.
There you go. Ball's caught at the 15-yard line by J.J. Davis. Takes it up to the 20, looking for some room. He's got good blocking, and he's going to have some space. Gets tackled from behind. Number 11 gets his arms around him. But J.J. gets it out to the 35-yard line, and that's where the Cardinals will take over. First down and 10. And again, as we mentioned, that clock is going to continue to move because of the 35-point lead for the Colerain Cardinals. I'm sorry, I don't know how else to say that. See, this says Colerain only had 1 interception in the stats, and I know they had 2, right? They did have 2 interceptions, so that's not right. We also need to get back with them and fix that stat. So Colerain presumably will see the starters for at least 1 series, you would think, with a 35-0 lead and barring anything catastrophic happening. get them out of the game to keep them healthy. Full starters lined up now. J.J. Davis in motion. Handoff up the middle to Ivan Pace Jr. He gets it, takes it out to the 40, 5-yard gain.
Yeah, he kept going forward there, but kind of got hit in a way where his foot kind of, he didn't get tackled. His foot just kind of got knocked out of his path of running, kind of fell down to his knee, and he's down. But he never really got solidly tackled on the play, but either way, he picks up 5 yards.
Kind of the story for the night here at this game is, once again, Deontay Smith-Moore on the Colerain side showing his ability to throw the ball. And by the way, we need to start thinking about player of the game. J.J. Davis in motion. There's a pitch to J.J. Davis. He takes it, going to get enough for the first down out to the 50 and into Sycamore territory. You just worry, you get into the second half now with the game kind of decided. Again, you hate to say that because anything can happen, but if Sycamore, and this is the other storyline of this game, if Drew Altamule doesn't come back at quarterback for Sycamore in this half, it tells me he's either injured and they didn't want to give him the opportunity to maybe get hurt even more or whatever, but it's going to be very difficult for Sycamore to come back down 35-0. So first down and 10 for the Cardinals at the Sycamore 49-yard line. Drops back to pass as Deontay Smith-Moore, and it is intended for Freddie Johnson, and he's got it, stays on his feet, and he's going to go into the end zone. No flags. Touchdown, Cardinals. Another passing touchdown for Deontay Smith-Moore.
Freddie Johnson not going to be overthrown this time. Deontay Smith-Moore throws it high, lets Johnson run underneath it, breaks the shoestring tackle, and into the land of 6.
49-yard touchdown pass from Deontay Smith-Moore to Freddie Johnson. And that wasn't one of those little 5-yard outs that he made a bunch of people miss. He tossed that ball all the way down the field. It was a beautiful pass, and Johnson ran right underneath it. The super sophomore put 6 more on the board for the Cardinals. Chris Mangold on to attempt the extra point. It's a good snap, it's a good hold, and it is a good kick.
It is good, and at the 9:42 mark of the third quarter, it's the Colerain Cardinals 42, Aviators 0.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this text from your dad. What does that mean?
Here, Dad, here's the thing. Here's this thing called technology. First of all, you need to hit the live button to get as live as soon as possible. Second of all, if it's that slow, that means one of your technologies is slower than the other. So the processing power is not as fast.
I'm guessing that the laptop processing power is going to be faster than this iPad. I'm just guessing.
I don't know what's on his laptop, so you never know.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I don't know what laptop he's on.
Well, yeah, who would want to know? Yeah, that's probably a super secret probation laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? I mean, seriously. He's our guy Brian Wyatt, who couldn't be there tonight because he's nursing a sore throat, is at home watching the game on a laptop, his iPad, and the phone. I mean, Brian? Good grief, man!
You only need one. And I bought him a Roku so he can stream it onto his TV if he wants it on the bigger screen.
Don't give him another device. What are you doing? Mangold gets his foot under the ball. It's a low line drive kick headed towards the end zone. And they're going to say he caught it right at the line, so taking it out. And there's a good return out past the 25-yard line for the Sycamore Aviators. Let's see if we start seeing a few changes here on defense for the Cardinals.
And I have to think this was... No, he's just walking out there. I thought Aviators was going to come into the game, but he just walked in the huddle. So...
And now he's not in the game? Or he is in the game?
They're still huddled.
They're still huddled. One of them's... No, he doesn't... Oh, that's not him. Hold on.
He went to the huddle and then walked to the sideline.
Ladies and gentlemen, after this series...
He's had his hat on the whole time. He doesn't look like he's nursing anything.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. We don't want to speculate. We just know he's not in. There's a handoff on a sweep, looking for some room to run, and unfortunately against this defense, that's just very hard to come by. Short gatage on that play for Sycamore.
Just a jet sweep, and again, safety comes up, forces it, slows it down, and Luke Bowman cleans it up.
Yep. Planted his foot and tried to find some running room and just couldn't find it there. Well defensed by the Colerain defense. Wide to the right. Fairfield now up 28-14 at halftime. I don't know if we got that or not. Mason putting it on Hamilton 31-7. Middletown up 21-3 still at halftime. We're not able to score during the half. There's a snap back and a handoff right up the middle. A little bit of running room there. Not much. Going to pick up about 3 on the play. Next week, the Cardinals will be home.
Eric Phillips.
We are home next week, right? Who are we taking on next week? Next week is
Hamilton.
Hamilton next week. Thank you. Big
Is
Blue.
it really? I just called out a random team.
It is Big Blue next week.
Oh, man, that was amazing.
I think it's Big Blue, and then we go on the road to East, and then we come. Oh, you can see all this on wearecolerain.com. Just head there, go to fall, click on varsity football. You'll see the schedule.
I'm sorry, Chris. Is the handoff?
Handoff is right up the middle. It's going to be short of the first down.
Short.
Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. Going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down.
I was going to say, I apologize, Chris. I think the jet lag's finally kicking in.
Donahue with the carry.
Well, again, for those of us who may be joining us late, Brandon literally was in Europe this morning or late last night, however you want to do it, spending a week and a half touring Europe, enjoying himself with some family, and he landed in Cincinnati at 5:27 p.m., got in his car, and immediately came to the game. That's the level of dedication that we have here at We Are Colerain to bring you Colerain Cardinal football. And I imagine you're tired. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, according to your body.
Sycamore lines to punt.
Snap is back. It's almost blocked. 49 almost got his hands on it. It's going to go out of bounds. Sincere Jones doesn't even have a chance to return it. We'll see where they mark it off.
First down for Colerain.
They're going to take it up to about the 40, it looks like.
At the 40-yard line.
Ball is going to be placed on the 40-yard line. That's where the Colerain offense will have their second offensive series of this half. I expect that we'll see some changes here on offense. I can already see some new numbers coming out. I can shout them out, and you can give them their credits. We got 72 on the offensive line.
Ed Golden.
61.
568.
Not on my roster.
All right, 76.
Joey Kirby.
51.
Jacob Colley.
And 86.
The number is also on the scoreboard.
Zach Stegmuller.
There you go. Number 6 and number 29 are in at tailback.
Ooh, 6 is Hector Lopez, one of your captains.
14 comes running in. We know who that is. Freddie Johnson under center. He takes the ball, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Oh, he fooled me. Hands it off to Hamza Abdul Wahid. And he's going to pick up about 7 yards on the carry. I thought Freddie Johnson kept it. He did not.
Hamza Abdul Wahid.
We're going to see this is the entire first team offense is now out, which again not surprising when you lead 42-0.
Freddie Johnson in at quarterback.
Yep.
Hector Lopez in at one running back. Hamza Abdul Wahid at fullback.
Number 9 in at wide receiver.
That is Gavin Watson. He
had a long touchdown catch last week. Tight formation by the Cardinals on offense. Freddie Johnson under center. Man in motion, takes the ball, fakes the handoff, keeps himself, tries to find some room, gets it out past the. Oh, they're marking him down short of the first.
Number 28, Freddie Johnson on the carry.
So he's going to be about 1 yard shy. It's going to be third down and very short.
29, Josh Mason, the other running back in the game.
So you putting your thoughts together for wearecolerain.com player of the game? We try to do our very best. Or we're not going to repeat. We're going to make sure everybody gets an opportunity.
So if you're like, hey, Deontay Smith-Moore threw for 35 touchdowns, why is he not
right? Well,
player of the game?
We've already given to Deontay, we've already given to JJ, and we've already given to Mike Bess, right? There's Freddie Johnson, hands the ball over the middle. He's going to get enough for the first down. Does Wahid. Gets driven backwards, but not before he picks up the first down. So what do you think?
Number 14 on the
Definitely a player for the Cardinals.
We have a player down for Sycamore, so we'll take a break here. Apparently your dad was unaware that you bought him a Roku. Does he not know what that is?
Yeah, I buy Christmas gifts for people.
Does he know that it's not a kitchen appliance?
He's probably trying to figure out why there's no margarita coming out of it.
That's why I'm wondering. Does he understand?
Probably not.
Okay, well.
Either that or I gave it to my grandmother. One of the two.
Really? You don't remember? Hey, who remembers these things, right?
Chris.
I understand. I get it.
I just don't know.
I get it. I don't even know how you're functioning right now. I really don't.
I'm all right. Not too bad.
To be young again. Here's some GMC scores flashing up on your phone. If you're not taking a look, check it out.
Fairfield 28, Lakota East 14. Mason 31, Hamilton 7. Middletown 21, Princeton 3. And Lakota West on top of Oak Hills, 31-0.
Feedback from Brian Wyatt, even though he's at home resting, letting us know that at one point the backup quarterback for Oak Hills went into that game. So that might have been early what's kind of stymieing that Oak Hills offense, because they've played well, but certainly not tonight.
Apollo Ford, the junior linebacker, was hurt on the play. Is up and out on his own 2 feet.
That's a key defensive player for the
That's
Sycamore
a
Aviators.
really good linebacker's name, Apollo Ford.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Also good if you're into, like space engineering.
Yeah, that as well. Or space cars.
First down and 10, ball on the 49-yard line. There's a handoff and a tackle immediately made on Hector Lopez. God bless Hector. Can we give Hector stats, please, in terms of his...
All 5'4", 120 pounds of Hector Lopez.
Yeah. He got tackled and taken to ground immediately. God bless him. He ran around that end. So he comes out of the game, presumably to catch his breath.
Replaced by Jalen Montgomery. Has a whole inch. He's 5'5". Another substitution, 52, Elijah Malik. Comes in late substitution. Pitch out. Handoff down the sidelines to Tyrese Bradley. Picks up 9 yards, close to a first down.
Push out of bounds by number 7, Noah Blaze.
So it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Cardinals as we approach 3:30 to play in the third quarter. Freddie Johnson getting the play in the huddle.
You checked our inbox, radio at wearecolerain.com recently? See if we've got any news in there? Or did you get alerts on your phone there?
Johnson takes the snap. Keeps it one way, goes the other.
Yep, he's got some running room. He's going to have enough for the first down. Inside the 35-yard line, another first down for the Cardinals. So even the backups here at Colerain are having some luck moving the ball. And again, with the running clock, under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter already.
Freddie Johnson under center. Fakes the handoff. No, he does hand it off inside. Josh Mason takes it. He's tackled immediately.
29. Josh Mason brought down on the play by number 7, Noah Blaze.
Second down and 10, ball on the 34.
Clock continues to run. We're now under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter.
This happened last week in Colerain and Middletown. Neither one scored any points in the second half. The clock, it just moves so fast, right? And you run your offense, and I mean, if you've got to punt at all, you almost don't get a chance to score with this clock moving. But again, it's instituted by the OSHA with an attempt to prevent blowouts.
Or in this case, Freddie Johnson, or the fullback, one of the two going the wrong way, and it results in a loss of 2 yards on the play. Sets up a 3rd and 11 for the Cardinals at the Sycamore 35. Cardinals still lead 42-0 over the Aviators of Sycamore.
Freddie Johnson under center. Takes the ball, runs wide, tries to pick up some yards. He's going to pick up a few. That's going to be 4th down. Presumably they go for it here on 4th down. Too far to kick a field goal.
Well, with the
Too close to
lead,
punt.
maybe you just try. Maybe you try it with the lead. Why not? Mangold will go out there. It will be the sophomore quarterback Tyler Prather to make the hold, though. It will be a 49-yard attempt.
Into the wind.
into the wind for Chris Mangle.
He's going to really have to boot this one. Snap is back, gets it down, and he kicks it. And it is high, and it is deep, and it's going to be just
wide left. Now the good thing, though, with Ohio High School rules, since it did go in the end zone, he had the distance on that. Since it went into the end zone, it is a touchback. The ball will be placed on the 20-yard line for the A's.
You'd like to see the field goals be made, but in a game like this, it's not critical. And it's a good opportunity for Mangle to get the in-game kicks in. He's been perfect on extra points, including one that we're not even sure was on the ground when he kicked it.
One I don't believe should have counted, but it did.
So now Sycamore has it, first down and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Starter still in for Sycamore, and there's a tackle in the backfield made by Mr. Bess.
Number 25, Michael Bess. And that's the end of the third quarter.
And after the 3 quarters of play here at Sycamore Junior High, it's the Sycamore High School Aviators 0, your Colerain Cardinals 42.
Sycamore Stadium. Special thank you to the EMS environment from Montgomery.
Want to give another shout out to all of our corporate booster sponsors. Again, thank you so much for donating your time, your money, and your resources to the Colerain High School Boosters and the thousands of kids that it helps over the years.
Queen City Running, Valley Metalworks, CAI Insurance, Hawksworth Blood Center, Cincinnati Police Credit Union, State Farm Insurance, Scotch Tile and Carpet, Skyline Chili, Boating Realtors, Underground Sports Shop, Friedhoff Accounting and Tax Service, Meyer, Joe, Capel Lawn and Landscaping, Midwest Stonescapes, Paul Young Funeral Home, NovaCare, La Roses, Northgate Ford, Game On Sports Bar, Light Touch, Fast Signs, Arab Pest Control, Plato's Closet, Supercuts, Lankin Meats, Quaker Steak and Lube, Joseph's Toyota of Cincinnati, the Northwest Association of Educators, Friendship Baptist Church, and Long Schaefer Accounting and Tax Services. Your Colerain Boosters corporate sponsors.
And if you want to be a booster sponsor, there's booster information on the website at wearecolerain.com. Simply click under the More menu and you'll see a whole section for the Colerain Boosters. There's a snap back to Fear. He takes it. Pass is complete to number 22, immediately tackled after a short gain.
Shaquan Jackson with a tackle.
Tackle on the play by number 10, Jaquan Jackson.
I think that is safe to say. Oh, go there. Second down. Fear drops back, looks to pass, throws it. It's going to be just past the extended arms of his intended receiver, number 2.
Scardiccio ran a little 6-yard in route for the Aviators. Unfortunately, Andrew Fear threw a 6-yard out route, and the ball went incomplete. 4th down, Aviators line to punt.
It did seem a little off.
It was not in the correct position in which the ball is to be thrown. Alonzo Kendricks back deep to return the punt.
So Sycamore unable to get a first down, almost blocked. Caught by Kendricks just before the 40, trying to run wide and get some room. And there's a flag on the play. That's going to be, I think, on 32. I don't know how you call that. I mean, he came in right next to him on the side. Whatever.
There is a flag on the play.
It's 42-0 flag. That's what that is. I don't care what anybody says.
So the Cardinals will get the ball with 10:23 to play at their own 34-yard line.
And again, just to reiterate, next week we will be home. taking on the Hamilton Big Blue in the following week. We get into October. Final month before playoffs. And we'll be at home actually 2 weeks in a row against Mason on the 5th. And then we go on the road on the 12th. I'm sorry, the Mason game is on the road. My apologies. There's a counter and a handoff up the middle. Picked up about 4 yards on that play. Didn't see who ran it. Was that Hector?
It was Hector Lopez with the run. Tyler Prather, the sophomore and the quarterback.
Yes, so my apology. Home next week versus Hamilton. Then on the road at Mason. And then on the road at Lakota East. So back-to-back road games before coming home. If there's any night you want to be there, it's Friday, October 19th, taking on Fairfield. It's shaping up to be the de facto GMC championship game. It's also senior night, and it's such a special night at Colerain. You get to recognize the seniors and all that they've done for this program, and they get to hear it from the audience. And, of course, the season ends on the road at Lakota West. There's a handoff over the middle.
Hamza Abdul-Wahid.
Is that Lawson Sandusky now in at quarterback?
It's Tyler Prather.
It's Tyler Prather. My apologies.
Abdul-Wahid on the carry.
The stadium announcer having as much fun saying that name as you do, Brendan.
It's a good name.
It's a great name. It's a good kid. The Colerain coaches are walking. You see them in the view of the camera. Those blotches you see walking by, those are the Colerain coaches who are checking out of the press box and heading down to be on the field. There's only less than 9 minutes left to go in the game with a running clock.
Handoff to Hamza Abdul-Wahid. Still on his feet.
Taking tacklers with him.
And he's across midfield.
Abdul-Wahid on the carry.
Down to the 41-yard line. I got a feeling, Brandon. Another first down for the Cardinals. Wahid, he runs hard. He's a hard runner, and you can see it there. I mean, yards after contact there. Or as Lapham would say, the yak yards.
Dave Lapham once cut me off in a Colerain High School parking lot.
Did he really?
True story.
Just Prather under center once again. Drops back. There's a handoff once again to Lopez. Lowers his shoulder, trying to get some yards.
If they had the one offensive line in, Hector Lopez has a touchdown there. Unfortunately, they do not.
Well, when you're up 35-0 and you've already lost your best offensive lineman for the year in Rusty Feth weeks ago.
It's 42, but
at halftime it was 35-0. You certainly don't want to come out and put your ones back out there again for too long. You don't need to drive home the point. This game could have been 70-0 if they wanted it. And there's no need for that. Or probably not, actually, because you do run out of time. There's a good miss in the backfield. Number 21's got it. He's going to get tackled, but not before he runs to pick up enough for the first down.
Number 21, Travis Bradley on the carry. Tackled on play by number 2, Sturdy.
We are quickly running out of time here now, approaching 7 minutes left in the game. Who's our WeAreColerain.com player of the game? What do you think? Oh. I think you could be right. One interception? No, we're not going to say his name, but
couple tackles.
Just good, overall good play.
Or another one had a couple sacks and over 100 yards rushing.
I'm thinking this. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Would you agree? I would agree. We're kind of knocking out all the big names here early, though, right? We're gonna get.
That's the thing. With the thing is that.
The thing with the thing. You got to do the thing.
I mean, you got to do it. You got to do what you got to do.
And we got to do this.
We can't have a repeat.
All joking aside, we'd love for a sponsor to jump up and maybe join us next year when we give out a WeAreColerain.com T-shirt along with all of our social media information on the back to a player of the game. You can see an interview on Facebook and a picture on Twitter after the game at some point. There's a handoff to Wahid. He's going to take it. He's going to drive forward, be just short of the first down on that second down run.
Hamza Abdul-Wahid gets it to the 18 and a half. They need the 18 for the first down.
We can. So if you know a corporate sponsor that we've mentioned on that list, or maybe you're someone that might consider being a corporate sponsor.
Maybe a T-shirt company that can support the T-shirt.
How about that? We already have Underground Sports Shop as one of our corporate sponsors. They are fantastic. Do a great job with our spirit wear.
And on the quarterback sneak, Prather picks up the first down.
Inside the 15-yard line. Still plenty of room to pick up a first down without having to score with 5 minutes and 21 seconds upcoming here.
Or, catch this, you're trying to run the clock out. What if you just took the snap, ran around for 5.5 minutes, and then took the safety out of the back of the end zone?
I'm pretty sure that you could not run around for 5.5 minutes.
You could try.
You could try. It would be ridiculous, and we've never seen it before, so I don't think that's going to happen.
All right, well, it was a thought.
It is a thought. There are all kinds of things that are thoughts, Brandon. That doesn't mean we should let them escape our mouths. Here we go. It's a speed pitch back to number 29. He's got it, and he's immediately tackled. He's going to pick up no yards on the play.
Josh Mason will officially lose a half yard.
It's Oak Hills is down 34-0. Yikes. Oak Hill's not on the schedule this year. We scrimmaged them first time in, 17, 18, 19 years we haven't played Oak Hills. It's going to be very strange not to be playing the Highlanders in Week 10.
But for us, them being the one team we don't play, when they lose, it's actually a good thing for us.
Absolutely. Every game they lose to a GMC team is an opportunity we have, as long as we've beaten that GMC team, and we've done that every year for a decade, for us to pick up those very valuable L2 points. There's a good block on the outside and a good run by number 21. I like this kid.
Bradley?
Who's that?
Number 21, Travis Bradley on the
He
pitch.
keeps saying Travis, but it's actually the announcer keeps saying Travis. It's not Travis.
I
It says
didn't think it was Travis. What's his first name?
it says Tyaris.
Tyaris Bradley?
Remember how good pronunciation.
Is it possible it's mistyped on the roster?
Might be
Really,
that
it's
too.
Travis?
Maybe.
What year is he?
He's just a
Is he a junior?
Junior.
He's a junior. All right, well, he's probably going to be in the mix next year to replace one of our plethora of seniors who are going to be graduating.
Cardinals called for being up 42 points, so they gave him 10-yard penalty.
I'm sorry. Oh, that was the penalty?
Yeah, I mean
Excessive point scoring?
He signaled holding, but I'm fairly certain that it was, you guys are up too many points, so we're going to call a penalty on you. Hamza Abdul-Wahid breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle. They blow the whistle even though he's still on his feet.
Handoff goes to number 14, Hamza Abdul-Wahid.
Well, this clock is going to continue to roll. We're approaching 3 minutes here. Again, if you're still listening, thank you so much for staying online with us. We appreciate it. We'll be live again next week, again as the Cards return home to take on the Hamilton Big Blue. We have no score at the end of the first quarter between St. X and Moeller.
They've just started. We're already finishing.
Yeah, I mean, they're certainly not going to have any problems with the rain, that's for certain. They'll be there until 11:30 tonight, but Winton Woods is up 38-0 against Northwest. Yikes. So there's a counter to Hector Lopez. He's got it and hit immediately. Going to pick up maybe 1 yard on the play.
On the play by number 9, Dylan Andre.
Dylan Andre on the tackle. I mean, Hector Lopez is not going to move anybody. So it's 4th down now. I'm assuming on comes the field goal unit. Yep, here comes Chris Mangold to try and attempt to kick one field goal tonight. I think he's 0 for 2, which, I mean, the first one probably makeable. The second one was, a really long field goal.
He hit the leg. It was just off to the left.
Yeah, this one is certainly makeable. Is the ball, what yardage are we on here?
18.
All right, so about a 35-yard attempt. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and kick is good.
And it's good. With 1:52 to play, it's your Colerain Cardinals 45. The Aviators of Sycamore 0.
And there's that beautiful, beautiful sound again. Oh, you do have the ambient mic going. I didn't even see it. It's buried in all these wires. Doesn't that just fill your heart with pride? It does for me. Now next week is the 28th. I will not be here next week, so it'll be the Brian and Brandon show, presumably.
And there'll be lots of members of the audience that be like, finally, but it's just a temporary thing.
Yeah.
See, it was a joke.
That was just uncalled for.
Chris, that was a joke.
It's just mean. I don't know why you do that.
Because it's funny.
No, but nobody's laughing.
I
Do you
mean,
think there are people listening right now that are laughing at that?
I know at least 6 people are laughing.
Those people are on drugs. What is that sound?
That's the Aviator plane. Actually, that's the IMAX.
That's the IMAX. Why do we have the IMAX?
Or no, the
thing going?
THX.
The THX. Why is that?
Why not?
What is so funny?
No, that's the screen. I forgot how unmusical you are as the kick is popped
Yeah,
up.
I know what it is.
All
Caught
right.
at the 10-yard line. Sycamore looking for some room to run. 20 Scott. You remember we were here a few years ago. It was late in the game. I mean, the outcome of the game was already determined, and I think Sycamore busted off a kickoff return for a touchdown, and the fans went bananas. It might have been their first score of the game. Obviously, the Colerain defense out, wanting to preserve the shutout. I don't think we've shut out anyone since week 1. And that was 23-0 against LaSalle. Going to miss that series. We ran a poll earlier this year on what people thought about whether or not the Colerain-LaSalle matchup should continue, and overwhelmingly, our almost 4,000 Twitter followers, they didn't all vote obviously, but there were several hundred votes, and they wanted the rivalry to continue. That was back before it was decided by LaSalle that they didn't want any part of Colerain anymore.
They're going to get the Firebirds, Lakota West.
Yeah, they went from Colerain to Lakota West in week 1. To snap back to the Sycamore quarterback. He takes it and tries to run for a first down. He's going to pick up about 3 yards. Approaching 1 minute left to play in the game. Thanks for tuning in. If you've tuned out, then you're not going to get to hear Brandon sing Happy Trails.
Happy Trails.
I am musically inclined.
To see here later on Facebook, and Chris does an interview with our Colerain.com player of the game.
Which one are we doing?
Yeah, that's the one.
The one on the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do that one. Snap is back and dropped by number 18, the Sycamore quarterback. He takes it, finds some running room, takes it around the right side, and presumably that will be the last play of the game as the clock approaches 20 seconds.
The ball does not need to be snapped. The clock is under 25 seconds. It's at 15. And the team.
The Sycamore Aviators want it to be over. They're walking off the field.
Lining up at the 50-yard line. Clock strikes 3, 2, 1, and final here from Sycamore Junior High. The Colerain Cardinals defeat the Sycamore Aviators 45-0.
With Brandon Wyatt, Mike Rourke, along with Alex Kaiser and Jason Helfrich on the sideline, this is Chris Ivanitis from WeAreColerain.com saying thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast, and we'll catch you same time next week when the Cardinals return home to play the Hamilton Big Blues. So long, everybody.